Welcome back to the Hunt Fish Live podcast. I'm Dan. Let's get right into it. It is September 23rd, 2024, and over this past weekend, the fishing world was rocked with some terrible news. One of the leading producers of plastic tubes in the industry, has announced that they are closing and going out of business. Um, there was a few posts on social media from Venom Lures, uh, with a letter that reads, I'll read it to you. It is with a heavy heart that we announce the closure of our business due to the ongoing challenges posed by the rough economy. The impact of the economic downturn has made it increasingly difficult for us to sustain our operations, and after careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to close our doors. We want to express our sincere gratitude for your unwavering support throughout the years. Your patronage has meant the world to us, and we are truly grateful for the relationships we have built with each and every one of you. While this news is undoubtedly disheartening, please know that it has been an honor serving you. We hope that our paths may cross again in the future, and we extend our best wishes to you in your fishing endeavors. We will take the next few weeks and maybe months to liquidate our extensive inventory at greatly reduced prices. Lure sales will be handled from our website, www.venomlures.com. Molds, materials, machinery, etc. sales will be held via email and phone calls. More details on those to come. Starting today, we have discounted everything we offer to 50% off. No checkout codes are needed nor accepted. Prices are already adjusted on our website. This includes everything from shirts, hats, decals, baits, bulk packs, everything. Thank you once again for your support, and please do not hesitate to reach out to us if you should have any questions or need further assistance during this transition period. Sincerely, Dustin Carnes, Venom Lures. Now, to say that I'm shocked is an understatement. Venom was one of the first companies that jumped on board, backing me when I started my fishing YouTube journey in 2018. I think I've been with them since 2019, maybe. Yeah, they made the best creature baits that I could find. I was always catching fish on them, and it they just worked. Their ratio of plastic to salt and everything going into making their baits was top notch, and I rarely did not catch fish on the Sweet Dreams creature bait or the Better Beaver creature bait. They were known for their tubes. They had you can still get them at half off on their website. They oh gosh, they probably have 8 different styles of tubes and over 40 colors. They all work. Their plastics are just amazing, and I'm very sad to see that they're closing their doors and will no longer be available. So, with that being said, their loss is your gain, I guess. Head over to their website, venomlures.com. Everything's 50% off. Tungsten jigs, or tungsten weights, flipping jigs, swim jigs, everything like that. Hooks, line, all their plastics. They have creature baits, they have worms, they have fluke style baits, crayfish, literally anything you want. Ned rigs. Check out their DK Ned rigs. Dustin came up with that idea a few years ago. It's a weedless Ned rig hook with a Ned weight on it, or with a Ned jig head on it. Yeah, it's just a bummer. So make sure to stock up and wish them well. Salmon fishing is kicking off this week. Well, not kicking off, but starting to get hot. We had some rain last night or yesterday, and we had a cold front and a full moon over the weekend, and there's been a big push of fish into the rivers on the west side of the state, and people are catching the big girls. They're still pretty fresh, so get out there, put on some skein, throw a thunderstick, do whatever you got to do, except for snagging, because snagging's bad and illegal. To put some fresh salmon in your freezer. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do in the fall, and I think that everyone should try it at some point. It's a lot of fun. The salmon fight like no other fish. They're crazy bulldogs. It's so much fun. So check that out if you can, if you get a chance in Michigan or anywhere where you get a salmon. I think there's one in Wisconsin, maybe, but not really quite sure. Fall bass fishing's kicking off. I've never gone. I've always wanted to go, but have never had the chance with getting ready for hunting and salmon fishing. Hot baits, I think I'm not sure. I would probably throw a jig for sure. Maybe square bill crankbait in shallower water, 5 to 8 feet, probably over top of the weed lines and the weed beds. Trying to get that feeding strike, that fall feeding strike. But yeah, I know. I've got friends catching bluegills right now. We're gonna try to get out. My wife and I are gonna try to get out and get some fall bluegill this year. That's one of her favorite things to do, other than salmon fishing. It's gonna be hard though to take her away from the river. We don't live too far from a river where she can fish after work, so she's definitely gonna do that. We don't get a big push of fish. As far as kings go, there might be one or two that we see. We get a pretty good run of coho, but after the salmon move in, the steelhead follow, and that's what she really likes to do. Those things are a blast, especially in small water. 10 pounds of thunder and lightning is what we call them. They're very tasty and a lot of fun to catch. So you should check that out as well. Hunting side of things, trail cameras are picking up, and we have started to see more deer. We finally got some rain last week here in mid-Michigan, and it's something that's been very, very well needed. EHD is running rampant right now, and yeah, we needed the rain. Hopefully that starves off the bacteria or virus, and we quit losing deer. I know friends that have lost countless, over 100 deer on my buddy's property, or properties that he hunts in eastern Kent County. So it's been a tough early fall. There was the perfect combination. Wet spring and dry August are not good for the EHD virus. Indiana trip. We got a trip planned for Indiana next 2 weekends, I guess. Heading down with, I think, Corey, Jeff, our buddy Steve, maybe Brandon and Tyler. I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking about doing a live podcast from the truck. Well, not live, but recording a podcast from the truck with Corey or whoever I ride down. I'll probably ride down with Corey this time. He lives decently close to me, and we have to pass each other. Or he has to pass me or go by me on his way to get to the expressway. So, yeah, excited for that. Been shooting my bow. That's been going great. I was a little worried because I've been having some shoulder issues, but I think they are working themselves out, and I am still able to use a regular compound. So that is good. I'm dreading the day that I have to start shooting a crossbow. So we in our hunting group text, our buddy Jeff shared an article or a post that that Tyler showed him the other day. It's about the distance that bucks travel during the year in the transition from summer to fall. The post says, bucks seen in bachelor groups on your hunting property during the summer are often not seen during hunting season, and there's a reason why. The average distance between activity centers for all bucks in this study was about 0.75 miles. Given that 33% of the bucks studied have a mobile personality and use two separate non-overlapping home ranges, often several miles apart, this distance shouldn't be too surprising. Um, this buck that they called buck number 20 is shown on this map here that I'm looking at. It was 3.5 years old when GPS points were collected last year. He has a mobile personality, meaning he doesn't like to stay in one place for his fall and summer home areas. The separation of this buck was 1.5 miles, which is crazy. I always thought that bucks stayed pretty tight to where they kind of live within, I don't know, half hour or half mile or so. But you can, on this image, you can see that this buck, once it hit October, he moved 1.5 miles away and continued living over there for the rest of the study. So if you ever wonder why your bucks in the summer disappear once it hits October or early October, late September, that's what happens. They're mobile, and they have other places to be. So keep that in mind. That's why also new bucks show up on your trail cameras as well. So, well, that's it for this episode of Hunt Fish Live. Thank you for listening. Subscribe and follow on YouTube and Spotify, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.